Lloyd with the carry. Number Houston with the tackle. Brings up now 2nd and 8.
Brings up a 2nd and 8 here. The Spartans driving, out trying to get the ball out of off the 5-yard line. This time they hand it off the back, squirts through there, goes for a gain of about 1 on the play. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6. So with 3:31 on the clock, the Palmetto Tigers trailing in this one 9-0. Huge play here for the Palmetto Tiger defense, Ken.
Yeah, we need to try to flip the field position right here. The offense has struggled in the red zone tonight. We've blown 2 opportunities to at least attempt a score. And the defense is really trying to bail the offense out right here, guys. It's just a matter of trying to get this Lakewood high-power offense off the field.
2 minutes, 58 seconds in the third quarter. The Tigers trail this one 9-0. Spartans looks back there, and now it's going to be snapped back to Calandria. Looks, throws a long ball, and down that sideline, and a catch is made at the 48-yard line. Great catch by Terrell Crosby, the 6', 180-pound senior. Perfect throw by Calandria.
He split it right between the 2 Tiger defenders, and that ball hung up there for a long time.
We had two defenders right there.
And we just couldn't get it. My goodness, they're out at midfield. We had them back inside the 3-yard line.
Now with 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock, Calandria takes it, hands it off to the big back, and this time he's going to be tackled. Good play there by number 11, and that is Greg Parker coming back there through off his defensive end position.
Number 1. That was number 1.
Okay, so that is Cedric Augustine back there with a play. So here, 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. 2nd down and 11 here for the Spartans. Big Montravius Lloyd, the back in the backfield, number 5 there, along with Calandria. Hot rush coming off the corner is Houston. Chasing. He throws this one incomplete pass, heads-up play by the quarterback.
A lot of pressure off the left side of the Tiger defense, and rush that throw. I mean, good job by the quarterback just to get rid of the ball, Kenny.
Yes, we pretty much have made them one-dimensional tonight, but they have had some success throwing the ball despite that, and we'll see if they could come up again here. They seem to perform well on 3rd down tonight. Of course, he's got some great receivers to throw them to.
Yeah, Amari Niblick, 6'5", 190-pound receiver, has been terrific tonight. Calandria, plenty of time back there. Oh, good rush by Rump. Now he throws to the middle of the field. Big hit by Western. He's going to be about 3 yards short of the mark, so the ball spotted at the 46-yard line.
It'll be interesting if they go for this.
I tell you, it's they have been so close all night. Riley Jackson has just been so close to sacking that quarterback. And
so now the very strong-legged Nathaniel Sosa Jones, 6', 215-pound punter, is going to go and kick this one back. Awaiting the return is number 23, James Simmons, the senior. Ben, tonight, for you that have joined us, there's a high snap. He runs to his right a little bit. It gets a kick out there toward the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. Let's see where the mark is. So he spots him right there at the 15. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, 55 seconds on the clock.
So they flipped that field about 85 yards.
Just when they need it, it's they just seem to make the right play at the right time to stay ahead of the Tigers here. And the Tigers have been able to, between the 20s and the 20 tonight, move the ball fine. It's just when we get in the red zone, we cough it up.
So we'll get some statistics here at the end of the third quarter break. Troy Bellamy is awaiting here And we do apologize for those. We've had some many technical issues tonight, but thank you for joining us here on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. So really, plenty of time on the clock. You know, you've got the balance of the third quarter here, 55 seconds, only trailing this one 9-0.
You don't need to change your game plan yet. They've run effectively tonight, passed effectively at times. It's just a matter of the penalties and the inconsistencies have shot them in the foot tonight.
Looking for a little screen out there, and it's Benson, and he's swarmed under there, sitting on that one. Great job by the linebacker back there.
Yeah, that didn't fool anyone. They're very well covered on that, Kenny. It's just, we're just trying to find some type of a rhythm. The run game has been very effective tonight, but the passing game's just been off.
Yeah, and what you've seen really, said Benson, Cleve Benson, he's been going for about 6 yards a clip here, and but really tonight the Palmetto Tiger offense has not been able to break out kind of a slump here with 20 seconds remaining here in the third.
Just finishing drives, just being consistent. And you can see that the youthfulness is rearing its ugly head here.
And so now Timmons is wide to the left. Cleve Benson in the backfield, playing a very aggressive two safeties back there on the defense as the clock winds to zeros here. Mercifully for the Tigers, trail in this one to Lakewood High School. It is 9-0 here at the third quarter break.
Well, the biggest thing for us guys is not to panic. We just need to, on this drive, pick up some first downs. If nothing else, we need to flip this field back and get some decent field position and just try to figure out the passing game. Really, once again, we'll go back to the O-line has been incredible run blocking tonight, and they have struggled mightily on the pass block. And this is a very athletic but small D-line. But they've got a couple of, big ends there, but their ends are small, and they just get to the QB quick.
Just enough to wreak some havoc of. We haven't been able to throw the ball down the field. Xander's been good about taking what the defense has given him, but at some point you need to throw that ball down the field to stretch this defense.
Well, he's tried a couple times. He just hasn't had any time.
He's been running for his life. Just needs a little bit more time.
Callaway's out wide. Rockland Lodge is in the slot, and Damari Magwood is now out there in the slot, closest to the line of scrimmage. And so here, with 12 minutes here, the officials blow the play live to open up this fourth quarter. Xander Smith looks. He throws it out there. He's got the wide open Rockland Lodge with a catch. He's at the 50. He's at the 38-yard line. Rockland Lodge with a great route.
Yeah, that's what the doctor ordered. Yeah, that's what we've been looking for all night. A great pass by Xander, and I tell you, man, if you can get the ball in Rock's hands,
great things.
He's gonna do good things. So that's the biggest pickup of the night for the Tiger offense.
What a beautiful pass, too. My goodness, he just laid it right in there.
Xander Smith awaits. This time they hand the ball to Benson runs hard and low, bounces off a tackle, escapes down the sideline. Looks like a face mask over there.
Hopefully a face mask right there. He was low, and he was pounding those legs, and they were just trying to grab something.
And what you've seen with Cleve Benson tonight, he's running with such body lean and running low and explosive. Piling on the yards here. And let's see what the call is here from the sideline. They're going to call holding.
Goodness. Wow. That must have been right in the pile when Cleve was trying to break out of it.
Probably called over on the left-hand side of the line. A huge play there with a holding call. So ball right now was at the 35-yard line.
And it's been these little penalties or fumbles that have been killing these drives all night for the Tigers.
Fakes it to Benson, throws it behind him. Ball's intercepted, and he's got a clear shot down the sideline. And he's going to be tackled there by Xander Smith at the 31-yard line. But jumping on that one was number 4, Kamari Berry, with the interception.
And just like that, they flipped the field, and that's been the story of this game. How many times have we seen this happen tonight? Defense, again, is going to have to hold them here, hopefully to nothing.
So 11:25 on the clock. And so now the Spartans have the ball at the 29-yard line. Palmetto Tiger defense has been out on the field all night. See if they hold up. Rump is in the center of the line. Out there at D end, we have Greg Parker, the 6'3", 205-pounder. Crumbing up hard, they throw a little bubble out there, and it's incomplete pass. So looked like an incomplete pass over there. And
definitely had a block in the back on that the refs did not pick up on, but they're probably looking at that ball laying on the ground.
So they called it a completed pass, loss of 4 on the play. Clock continued to wind here. Now the clock showed stopped at 11:16 seconds.
There's a penalty flag back here about the 15-yard line. I'm not sure what that's about.
That would have had to be, the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, so it wouldn't be an illegal receiver downfield or offensive line downfield because the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. But they're backing them up.
So back in the back.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, we all
finally
saw it. I didn't see the flag, but I saw the
it was late.
The foul.
It was late.
So that stops the clock. 11:16 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Palmetto Tigers trail this one. Spartans with 9, Tigers with 0. So that brings up a second down and 29.
Yeah, but you can't get on your heels. We've seen what they have
somehow
done with long yardage plays. They've got outstanding receivers and a quarterback that can throw the ball.
Palmetto started out with a single high safety, now goes into a cover 2 look back there. Jordan Simpson over there on the boundary. Now they throw a little short hitch out there. Receiver breaks the tackle. Nice big size for that receiver. And Palmetto Tigers trying to tackle the ball.
Cannot tackle him.
He drives forward, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Saw that in the Boca Ciega game several times where they tried to go after the ball, and these guys just keep churning the legs.
Yeah, Mari,
you got to bring them down.
Mari Niblick goes about 6'5" and probably, listed here at 205, maybe a little bit bigger than that, and showed some real power on that. So it brings up a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14, long 14. With a lean in a little bit, high snap. There's Augustine right there for the sack. Also involved in the play is number 11, Greg Parker. So the 2 DNs really came off the ball very aggressively. Big sack. That's going to bring up a punting situation.
As much as the defense has been on the field tonight, they are still playing fast. We've had some cramps here and there, but playing really good football on the defensive side of the ball. So, hey, they bailed their young quarterback out. And offensively, we just got to find something magical.
Strong-legged kicker Nathaniel Sosa Jones goes back there to punt this one, and Simpson back there. He's going to set up shop at the 10-yard line. If the ball is over his head, he's probably going to watch this one go into the end zone. A low kick for the left sideline. It's not a very good kick, so that one's going to be marked at the 21-yard line.
You see Tom Porter on the sideline trying to help the ref out.
Hey, I happen to know that guy. I'm just saying, hey, buddy, I see you over there. I did see Big Baby absolutely truck a blocker on that punt. That was amazing. If we could get a replay on that thing.
So 9-11 here, fourth quarter. Palmetto Tigers trail by 9 in this one. Well, it's been a rough game all the way around here tonight, guys.
Well, you know that limited practicing in the gym is going to hurt that offense a heck of a lot more than it's going to hurt the defense. They've been having a difficult time getting the rhythm down just in practice because you're out there for an hour and you're coming off the field because of lightning or rain or whatever the case is.
The fact that our opponent tonight got to play a full game last week, and it's been a whole 2 weeks since we played our little 14-minute exhibition game. So I know Coach was worried about that going into the game tonight, but move the ball effectively at times, but it's time where we need to at least get 3 points so that we can get within striking distance here to win this game.
Coming up with a 4-man front across the line is St. Pete Lakewood. Next time he throws it out there to Timmons, tries to get a block out there and drives forward, has a gain of about 3 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it's important that the offense, they need to get back to the line of scrimmage. We need to get in that panic mode, not panic mode, but that 2-minute offense needs to be starting now because we gotta score, we gotta hold them. Time runs quick here in high school football.
Looks, throws it out there, and it was tipped. The ball was intended for Callaway, so that stops the clock here with 8:38 on the clock. Brings up a 3rd and 6. A long 6. We'll call it 3rd and 7. You know what we've seen tonight, Ken, the short passing game, and then you want to set up behind it. Really, there's not the time to hold on to the ball and go with the wheels or go with the hook and go. There's not enough time for Xander Smith to go back there and complete those kind of passes. So
even his short ones are getting deflected here. He's been under the gun all night.
Now this time they drop back in the zone. He looks, throws it underneath Timmons. Incomplete pass. That'll bring up a punting situation for the Tigers. For those of you that have joined us, it's been very close tonight. There's been some low snaps on the punting formation, but going back there, doing a fairly good job tonight for the Tigers is Gonzalez. He's been able to get the ball off, but he's been under a lot of pressure. And the tough news is the returner back there is amazing. So if he does hit that big punt out there and out kicks his cover, you've got an amazing returner back there.
I bet you this is like the 12th punt tonight between both teams. I mean, it has been a battle of field position and defense.
And low snap, dribbles back there. Gonzalez gets it off, and that is not going to be returnable. So it's going to trickle down at the 37-yard line. So that's where they'll set up shop. And during this break here in the action, Rick, what are your observations here of the third quarter for these Tigers?
Well, first of all, that's got to be the 5th low snap for Gonzalez tonight, and he's done an amazing job just getting those punts off. I think we go back. The defense has been incredible. They have kept us in the ball game, and offensively, I think we need to go back to trying to run that ball a little bit more. I know we don't have a lot of time. You want to pass, you want to score quick, but the run game has been the most effective part of the offensive, game plan tonight.
Calandria, and there's some false start there.
Yeah.
Calandria there, and for those just tuning in, Montravius Lloyd is a fantastic back there. He's a junior, 6 foot, 188 yards. He had 4 touchdowns in the game last week. So a dynamic combination there. Running back, quarterback has been playing well. The offensive line for the Spartans playing well, and they've got 2 dynamic receivers. Actually, 3 receivers had made plays here tonight, but very good balanced offense here for the Spartans. Calandria looks to his right. He's throwing the ball down the sideline, and there's that big receiver, and it went right through his hands. Covered over there by number 24, Jaden Dunbar.
Was that not a beautiful pass, though?
Perfect throw. Perfect throw to the outside, right-handed quarterback. Ball's fading over there. That's the kind of throw that you see on Saturdays.
He has put the ball several times where it's been right where it needed to be. Yes, Kentucky's interested in him. Central Florida is interested in him, and he's just a junior.
For those of you tuning in, he's only a junior at 6'1", 177 pounds. Brings up a 2nd and 15. Now he hands the ball to the big back, and a great play by LeJonte Wester.
Boy. I tell you what, he has just been an incredible linebacker for us for 3 years. Played some his freshman year as well here, but what an incredible athlete. Once again, we know he's the leader of the defense, and he is vocal.
He does it all, and he'll be
he gets them in the right position. Does everything out there. He is the leader.
Joining his brother LeJonte next year with
Florida
Atlantic Owls, who LeJonte will be at Florida Field playing the Gators tomorrow. Brian, you'll be there.
I'll be watching.
Go
LeJonte.
Owls.
Really good clock management here. Oh, good rush there. There's going to be a holding there, and he dumps that one out to the back. He's at the 40. He's going to have enough for the first down, and injured on the play is Simpson coming over there. But that's going to be a holding, and that's going to back him back.
At some point, maybe the defense, Rick, needs to need a play. I know Jalen Wester has pulled some rabbits out of the hat here in the past, and he may need to do that here. Somebody.
Unless they force a fumble, because this quarterback he hasn't been anywhere close to throwing an interception tonight. He has put that ball in places that only a receiver can make a play. He's made good decisions, even when he's under pressure. He's been very impressive.
Yeah, and in the last time out, he was 16 for 20 in the game. He had a couple of interceptions in the game. We didn't watch any film on that. May have had tip balls. We don't know, but anytime that you throw a completion ratio of 16 for 20.
80%, that's good at any level.
So 7 minutes, and the clock stops here. And so it looks like that's a timeout for the Spartans. Let's see.
Yeah, 3rd and 27 here.
Once again,
got to keep everything in front of you, and let's hope for some type of a turnover to jumpstart this game here.
Hey, you got to be on your toes. I mean, they'll do a simple go route. They'll run a seam route. They just put the athletes out there and let them go. But let the horses out of the stable, buddy, and just run down the field. I'll get it to you.
Now, 3rd and 27. This is a position here. We've seen our rush specialist, Cedric Augustine. He's 6 foot tall, 230 pounds. And, anytime in the down, he's a rush specialist in the 3rd and 8s and the 3rd and longs. Look for Augustine to make a play here.
Riley's been all over too, Brian. He's been very close tonight, and he's put a lot of pressure on the QB. Very impressed with the way he's been playing tonight as well.
And Greg Parker has a lot of playing time tonight. The 6'3", 205-pound junior has shown a lot of pressure off the other edge. So this is a situation where you don't want to do anything as the Spartans. You don't want to do anything crazy here. The clock is down to 7 minutes and 8 seconds.
Guys, obviously we've been struggling a little bit offensively. No points on the board. We had a freshman receiver, had over 200 yards in a game last week, and his number's 83. And I believe the coaches are over there talking about putting him in and giving him a shot in this next series. So hopefully we can see some good things from him.
Yeah, one thing that we've seen out of number 83, and that is Adonis Moise, and he is dynamic. I've seen him out, seen some video basketball clips, but he's a young man that has amazing burst, and he's a home run threat anytime he touches the ball. So that would be interesting to see.
He's a freshman, right?
Yes.
My goodness.
But here's a big one. Now, this is where you don't want to rough the passer, and
nothing to give them an automatic first down. Yes,
you're going to come with great pressure from the DNs, and you have to be careful. He throws it out there. He throws a little hitch. It's low, and it's an incomplete pass. Stops the clock. So a great stand for this Palmetto High defense.
Again, yes, they have really stepped up tonight.
Looks like James Simmons, number 23, is going to go back there to return this. And what we've seen out of the punter here, it's been a little shaky on the Spartan side with the snaps. And you have a very strong-legged punter, very capable of booming one out there, like Ken Burton of the old here. He's able to
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But he could outkick his coverage.
A high snap over the head
Would be.
very nice.
Yeah, something crazy needs to happen here to jumpstart the Tigers.
Don't need to rough the kicker in this situation. Tigers. Houston with a good jump off the corner. High snap, and they're going to get him.
Get him.
And he's going to be tackled.
There
There
we go. I'll take that.
So,
I'll take it.
as Ken, you like to say, just what the doctor ordered.
We got a
but there
pretty
you had
horrific
it.
injury here, guys. Pretty horrific injury on that punter.
He hurt his leg.
Yeah, he looks like.
I see
Oh, my
he's
goodness.
Grimacing.
Yeah, we won't put the cameras on that one.
Yeah, let's avoid that. That's not good.
Yep. So there's going to be a stoppage in play here, and my prayers are out for the young man, Nathaniel Sosa Jones, and what we're and we're not going to speculate on the injury here, but that did not look good at all. So with 6:58 on the clock, there's going to be Troy Bellamy has been working fervishly. Steven Johnson from our Atlanta studios. I know we've had some network issues tonight, so probably doesn't have statistics. I'm going to turn it over to Troy, and he's going to update us on what we've seen so far statistically in the game.
Welcome again, Tiger fans. What we have here tonight seems like a defensive battle. It's really just been a game of field position, and both teams have moved the ball sporadically. Neither has been very consistent. The Lakewood Spartans, Calandria, has thrown for 164 yards. He's had 3 really big plays in the game that sort of changed field position for them and put them in a position to get a score. None of them were for scores. He made a great play at the end of the third quarter to give them the touchdown, faking the ball and running it in on his own. And besides that, I know previously their running back had a big game where he had 4 touchdowns. He's only got 20 yards rushing. Our defensive line, our linebackers are flowing to the ball. They're being physical, and everything is working out as far as that is concerned. So we just have to be concerned with big play. As far as the Tigers, Xander Smith, again, freshman quarterback, a little inconsistent here or there, bad snaps, mishandling the ball, couple bad passes, but overall he's really throwing the ball very well. He's thrown for over 131 yards in the game. A big play to Rockland Lodge that flipped field, changed position before there was a turnover, but he's thrown the ball 24 times. And when you got a freshman quarterback that's throwing the ball 24 times in a football game, high school football game, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Penalties have also hurt the Tigers. Actually, both teams. Both teams have lost a lot of yards in penalties, minor things. But, again, this is the first game, first time out of the barn for the Tigers. And so you can expect a few of those things to be a little bit of a miscue. But we'll tighten up. And hopefully here with 6 minutes or 7 minutes left to go in the game, we'll have an opportunity to put ourselves in position to get these 2 scores to win the game.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Troy. I appreciate the commentary there and doing a great job with us statistically tonight. So 6:58 on the clock here during this long pause in the action here. Our prayers are out with Nathaniel Sosa Jones, very 6 foot junior, 215 pounds, a very capable kicker and punter. So he's splitting duties with field goals, extra points, and punting. So this is really a very tough situation here, and for St. Pete Lakewood High School. St. Pete Lakewood High School tonight, they made that 21-mile trip. They came over the Sunshine Skyway that spans beautiful Tampa Bay, came into hostile environment here at Harley Stadium, and we statistically knew that they were a very balanced offense, and they were as good as advertised, Ken.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a reason they're on our schedule. They're only a 4A team, but they play a good brand of football. They have put that school has put 19 players in the National Football League, which is phenomenal for a school that size. They have athletes there, and they beat Braden River last year, who beat us. So that goes without saying. So. Got to finish this one. Shortest field all night, we need at least 3 here to have any shot to pulling this upset here.
So Xander Smith, he has Cleve Benson in the backfield, 1st and 10, and the ball is spotted at the just outside the 10-yard line, a potential opportunity to get a first down, but we'll call it 1st and 10 from the 12. Xander Smith looks, steps into the pocket, dumps it out there, incomplete pass intended for Timmons. Did a good job just to get that one off. Heavy pass rush once again.
And he's been running for his life all night. Very little time to throw. That's just been typical for tonight's contest.
Yeah, he just has to get the ball, get set, and throw. I mean, he's trying to go through some type of progression, but no time for that.
And you got to remember, he played at Braden and Christian, and he's had to upgrade his game against our own defense. But this is the first real live action where he's only watched this team on film. So he's done a phenomenal job with the situation tonight.
Now he looks, throws it across the middle. Nobody home. Incomplete pass. Was looking for a slant there to the back of the end zone was Rockledge. It was thrown to the front of the end zone, and an injured player on the play. 2 players down here for the Spartans.
Now on that play, he was trying to get it to Lodge, but there was 84 was there. Aren't they supposed to not be in the same? There was maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern, and it's just these little things that have been dogging them all night. So 3rd and 10, they've got to convert on this, get a first down or
So 6 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock here. Injury on the field. Let's hope they have 2 players down here for the Spartans. Let's hope that this is just cramping issues.
This looks like another bad one in the back of the end zone.
I actually looked like that they
looks like a helmet went to a leg.
they hit each other, both going for the ball, it appeared.
Yeah, the one in the front looks like he went down and maybe made contact with the other guy's leg, helmet to leg. So, but they're both hurting pretty good. But the one in the back looks a little rougher.
So here for a long pause in the action, tonight Palmetto Tigers are in the Obie's Best Fresh Veg red zone here, but it's a long 3rd and 10 from the 12. And so this is one of those times where if you're in sequential play calling, you want to throw something maybe just in front of the first down marker, that would be an easier pass completion out there. And it's 2-down territory at this point.
Yeah, it could be. And depending on how well they do on 3rd down, they can always take the field goal here. They need 2 scores. All they need is 10 points. So something's better than nothing. And getting 3 could lead to getting 7 with some momentum here. But we'll see. It could go either way. I could see Coach Marino, if it's 4th and 1 or 2, trying to get that first down, going for it.
Yeah, so
it can go either way here.
At this point, you just need the points, and it's a strong-legged kicker out there.
And if we incomplete the pass, obviously we'll take the field goal here. Man, there goes the card again. My goodness.
Yeah, these players are still down,
and they were just going after the ball and hit each other. Wow.
Xander's trying to throw that in between those 2 defenders. They both go for the ball. They make contact with each other, and like Tom said, it appears that one may have a head injury and the other one a leg injury, but it's just tough to see these young men injured. And
anytime the card comes out in the game, you're reminded that football can be a very dangerous game. It's right up there with cheerleading. If you look at concussion injuries, that kind of thing, number 1. And 2, I think, are cheerleading and soccer, which is surprising.
Yeah, they used their head. They used their head with that ball. So
I don't know if you guys, how y'all feel, but I just the game, the kids just seem so much faster than 40 years ago, so much stronger. Just the condition year round. I mean, you see athletes out here just no matter who we're playing, and when you're that big and that strong, and you're running into another kid that's that big and that strong, and it's just I don't remember kids being like this back, Kenny. 40 years ago, huh?
No, And head-to-head tackling, they've done a good job of cleaning that up in high school, college, pro football. They've done a really good job to make it a lot safer. But freak accidents like this, two kids crossing, not really intending to hit each other, just kind of running the same area.
Just going after the ball like they're supposed to, yeah.
It's just dangerous.
So, Tom, with the from the Arctic Air sideline report, Tom Porter, with the energy that's over there on the bench, it's a position where the Palmetto Tigers really only need 2 scores. At this point in the game, as well as the defense has been playing, if you get points of either a field goal or a touchdown here, you still have the opportunity to go out there and play defense one more time and have the opportunity to win. What is your take on how this one's going to shake out, Tom?
Well, hopefully, with field position here, we're looking pretty good. We can punch this in. If not, get a field goal. Our defense has certainly played well enough tonight with some really outstanding athletes on the St. Pete offense. We've shown we can not shut them down, but we've definitely slowed them down from what they're used to doing. We just got to get this offensive line to start blocking them, and that's really what it comes down to. Give the young quarterback a little bit more time. Receivers have shown they can catch the ball, make a move, make one guy miss, and that's all you really need on some of these plays. You get the right matchup, make one guy miss, and you're good. So if we could just figure out a way, even if you go to max protect, you know what I mean, change the offense a little bit. Go to a max protect, do something, put somebody in the backfield looking for that loose guy that's coming through. We like that spread offense, but, man, hey, if it's not working, sometimes you got to change that up. So when the game's on the line, you may see Coach Marino, Coach Ty, go to something like that, change it up just a little bit, put somebody back there to help protect his backside.
Yeah, and so at this point of the game, you're talking about a very makeable field goal, and the only thing that you can't do in this situation is take a big sack, and keep the clock running, and that would be devastating so you can't take a big sack here, and you cannot turn the ball over.
There you go.
That's your 2.
Well, yeah, you don't want to turn it over. Right now it's a 28-yard field goal, so
a 28-yard field goal. Palmetto Tigers, as per the norm here with the Palmetto High coaching staff.
23-yard field goal, so it's just a long extra point. So if they did take a sack, it's not the end of the world, but momentum, and we need some positive going into it. We don't need a sack. We could live with it, but it just probably not the best thing right now. We need a touchdown on this play.
No sack
would be the best thing.
Yeah, no sack and no turnover here, and the Tigers are really in good shape. Sitting here looking at my TigerVision monitor, Palmetto Tigers have 3 timeouts left here, so really not a situation scoring here. It's not time to have an onside kick at this point in the game.
No.
Plenty of time on the clock, and then you're going to turn it over to a freshman quarterback. Benson has had an excellent game today running the ball, and you would want to maybe just manage the clock, work your way down the field after a score here, defense holds, and maybe have a little ball control offensive series to come out with a snake-bite win.
Hey Brian, while we got a little downtime here, I'm over here in the west end zone with Dava. Dava, I understand you work for Wing House, is that correct?
I do. Wing House Ellington location.
And it's my understanding that Wing House signed on as a sponsor. Tell us a little bit about Wing House and maybe some people that might be watching the game back there.
Yeah, so Wing House, we are fun, family-oriented. We have the best wings in town. We're local. We're all about the community. Mark is the manager there, and he welcomes everyone to come and enjoy some wings, pizza, and have fun.
Awesome. We thank you coming out. We thank you for the support from Wing House. Thank you very much. I'm also down here with Hickory Hollow. Hickory Hollow has been set up in the west end zone. This guy with the big ears, Jarrett James, down here, he's cleaning up everything. But, yeah, Jarrett, briefly. Now, Jarrett likes to talk. So, briefly, Jarrett, tell us a little bit about what you're doing down here in the west end zone. Briefly. That's the key word, briefly, buddy.
You want to hear about me?
No, I just want to hear about what's going on tonight.
Hey, we're here to give everyone that wants to really enjoy the Hickory Hollow and Palmetto High experience. Have a great buffet so you can come straight from work, enjoy the game, enjoy some good food, and cheer the Palmetto Tigers on.
Awesome, buddy. Thank your support as always. As I'm walking down the sideline here, I see the fence guys, and I'm seeing all kinds of people that are lined up today. I was over at Brad Hume, the dentist over here in Palmetto. He was drilling on my teeth a little bit, enjoying that too much, and they're big supporters. He said his dad is watching, I believe, from Colorado tonight. Tom Hume, the great baseball player. pro baseball player for the Reds. So we got a lot of support out here, a lot of people on the fence.
And let me tell you something about Bradley Hume. I was with my brother DJ Varnador. He's a big Palmetto Tiger fan. The other day, DJ had an issue with a tooth, and so Bradley, I knew him as a child. He used to take piano lessons from my mother, and he used to go over there and throw the cast net for mullet. But what a treatment! And I went in with brother DJ. We made the appointment very quickly, and the service and of Palmetto Dental over there. And I just wanted to say a shout out to Bradley Hume.
Speaking of which, I just happened to walk up to the young man, and we were just talking about your dad watching from Colorado, and you drilling on my teeth today, and talk about this game tonight and what you've seen so far from the Tigers and St. Pete.
Well, been kind of sloppy tonight, penalties and a lot of bad snaps.
He's not sure what to say, guys. He's a little shy. He's a baseball player.
He was on the state championship.
Back in 1990 quad. He's wearing the state championship shirt tonight. But he graduated with a year after me, I believe.
94, I think they won that thing.
And so the big question is, Bradley, how come you're not sponsoring TigerVision? That's what everybody wants to know. Palmetto Dental not sponsoring TigerVision. I mean, you got the sideline reporter getting drilled out there. Come on, buddy.
Well,
didn't drill enough.
Put all my money into the girls' basketball program, to be honest with you. So Brooke Corbett's doing a great job over there. My daughter is a senior, so maybe next year.
If I get more fillings, will you sign on? That was an absolutely, Jordan.
100%.
I hear you're good at piano. I hear you get some piano lessons from.
Yeah, and the talented Hume family, they've been very good to Palmetto sports for a long time. Now, Bradley is an Auburn fan. I'll tell you that much, Tom.
Oh, yeah. It's better than a Gator fan. I mean, hey, could be worse.
So, just a great family, great for the community, and watching that girls' basketball team was very exciting last year.
They had a great run.
And one thing about when he said that he was helping along, I mean, he was cleaning the gym, he was setting up the bleachers.
Oh, yeah.
It was like he was on the janitorial staff at Palmetto High School watching
him. And they
him.
took those girls on a mission trip over the summer out to western United States and did some great things out there. I mean, that's a great thing that the girls basketball, Brooks got pouring her heart into it, into those kids. And
I got to tell you, I saw a TikTok video today that the Palmetto High School put out, and I hope Brooke sticks to basketball instead of dancing, because she was struggling a little bit on that video.
Well, I can tell you from watching her in her grade school days, she used to hoop it up with the young boys out there, and she was a killer on the boards. And very physical. And so Brooke's very talented here. We're very grateful to have Brooke Corbett and the basketball program there, the girls' basketball program. And first, our hearts are heavy here with what we've seen on the field. Our prayers are going out to the players here. And, we had a very tough injury with the kicker with Nathaniel Sosa Jones. And I wanted to let everyone know we'll get, and not focusing on injuries here, the players that are on the field, that with the families out there that are watching, our prayers are with all the student athletes that have been injured on the field here tonight. And while we're here talking about TigerVision sponsors, I did have a call today from Greg Elliott from the Prosperity Group, and he is going to once again sign up for TigerVision, and they have the best. MyMoneyIsSafe.com. That's one of my favorite.
A great URL.
Great URL there. And while we're doing this here, with the community watching, and we appreciate all of our fans. You are the number one fans of the world. People are still watching this game. We've had some technical issues tonight, but Everglades, a sponsor this year, and we've had, we've purchased generators from Everglades. We take them down to Miami. We had a generator that disappeared in Miami that we had to find, and and they've been so good to us. I spoke with Jeremy Nipper over there, and he's another sponsor here for the Tigers. As always, our great sponsors: Conley Buick GMC, Arctic Air, Scott Whitaker at Arctic Air, and DeVito's Auto, probably the original TigerVision sponsor here. Get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. John over there, Vincent, Tommy, DeVito. They've been great for me. If you want to know how good, I'm probably the worst customer. I don't do things as when I should, and I am still rolling around with over 295,000 miles on my old Armada. That's how good those guys are at DeVito's Auto. And we have a great community that supports us here with the great sponsors. And I have so many wonderful stories of our sponsors. One time a generator fell off, and we were on the way to a game. It fell off the back of a truck. And the DeVito's guys do not work on generators, but they fixed ours one time. And then the thanks really go to the crew here. I'm looking at Seth Hoopengarner, who runs the cameras up here for TigerVision. You know, Chad and Jordan have had a
10 years.
10 years. TigerVision had a heck of a night tonight, getting things
I feel for
off
him,
on
Brian.
the air. It's been a horrible night here, but the work that goes on behind the scenes. You know, we were voted #1 sports live stream, and tonight it's been such a challenge for us here. And doing what we do, talking, gentlemen, is really easy. But what goes on behind us in the stress box, as we call it, the Tiger Eye trailer out there, is incredible, an incredible amount of work.
It really is, Brian. And I know tonight was very frustrating to them. I'm just very concerned about these two players on the field. It's just, devastating to see these young men still out there being tended to. And we got EMS arriving on scene. Fire and rescue arrived about 10 minutes ago. So just really praying for the best here, that they'll have a speedy recovery, and not really sure what the injuries are. And
we really couldn't see
really
the
didn't
jerseys.
see what happened.
And then, it's one of those things where you don't want to take another look at it, and it was in three players. Three plays. They've had three players that are not available playing the game, and three. You rarely see that. Three players and losing three student athletes for their services tonight has just been devastating for us here at Harley Stadium.
Brian, I was giving Bradley a hard time about sponsorships. But, we have so many, like you said, we have so many businesses that do sponsor different events, whether it's TigerVision or PAAA or the Booster Club or individual sports teams. I mean, the community of Palmetto and really the community of Manatee County has really stepped up. With PAAA, we do our functions, and a lot of the proceeds are coming from Bradenton. They're coming from other schools' areas. People are just stepping up to help, and it's got a lot to do with the amount of volunteers we have to come out and really put on these events and put on TigerVision. I mean, this thing's been a monster for 10 years, and people are doing it for free. I mean, it's people are putting in the work, and the community's responding and helping to sponsor things. The field looks great. We've been able to do more for our kids than we've ever done before. I promise you, when I was in school, we had none of this. There was not the support structure that there is now. This is more like Manatee, more like Braden River, where we're definitely pulling in proceeds that are directly benefiting these kids. So it's just a great thing to see the community support the team like they have.
And I can tell you, Tom, you are by far the greatest non-paid sideline reporter. I think all of us are in that category of volunteers, and the work that you've done. Folks like Robbie Stevenson, he's our special teams coach here, behind the scenes, and it's a family affair. And Tom, the job that you did as the auctioneer and as the MC of Vegas Nights, it was a PAAA function there, is just amazing. And we're very fortunate to have you on the crew here. And you just, it's a shame tonight because it's such a downer here with what has happened here in the last three plays. But you've been such a positive supporter here, and we so admire what you're able to do over there. You're really just killer. Even though, you and I have that Florida thing going here, you're good.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on, gentlemen. I saw the coaches that were up here earlier. They have left the box that gathered all their equipment and left. We also have the players seem to be heading to the locker room. This is devastating here, and once again, we're not going to speculate what these injuries are, but this is very serious. What's happening, and EMS is now taking care of these two young players, but this is just hard to watch. This is something that you is always bound to happen at times. Injuries are part of this game, but this right here is just it's hard to watch.
Three players in 3 plays.
Yes,
and then 3 different emergency vehicles taking players off the field. I have been here since the 60s as a child watching games. I go to college games, and I have never seen 3 players with injuries of this type. So it's just it's a devastating feel here that over Harley Stadium here. It's something that
it's taking my mind off of the game. I don't care, but right now the game is not even important.
No,
the score is not important. What we do next is not important. It's these 2 young men
right out there in the end zone
that
right
are
now.
severely injured.
Okay. Makes you realize, the things in life, that the importance, things like family and faith, education, and sports is something we all have for release from the stresses of life, and you just hate to see something like this happen in a game, and but it's something I've never seen in my life. What has happened here tonight at Harley. So
Brian, I talked to the head referee and just said, "Hey, what are the chances that this game continues, or, what do you think?" And he goes, "Oh, it's too close. We're definitely going to play." I'm not sure why the coach is leaving, other than just check on the players, but he said we're definitely going to start the game again once this is all over. So, hopefully, this is all precautionary. That everybody's moving. They're just being extra careful, obviously, considering the types of injury we may be looking at. So, we're just hoping for the best, and
And I'll say this for all the TigerVision fans, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You have your prayers out for the players tonight, and next week when we go on air, we're going to go to Sarasota Riverview. But I will mention the names of these players, and we'll get an update and see what the status is with these young men here. Get in touch maybe with the athletic director over there, and our prayers are with these young men tonight. And the stoppage of play has happened here with 6:47 on the clock. This has been going on now for, with 2 stoppages of play. This has been going on for probably 25, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. And you have to wonder.
I'm hearing some
guys,
clapping. That's good.
What's the mindset of these young players coming back out on the field? Lakewood, they've seen 3 of their brothers injured and carried away by EMS. That's difficult. And all these players basically have been, waiting here for 30 minutes, and you think about potential injury from that, just not being loose anymore, tightening up as we all do after
just
long
standing
extended
around.
amounts of time. You're right. So you're.
Yeah, they may have, if we finish this thing, they may have them do a quick 5-minute stretch.
This is a good time to give a little shout out to our EMS staff here in Manatee County. Talk about a thankless job. These guys don't make a ton of money, and they're out here saving lives and dealing with COVID, face to face all the time, and dealing with all these any type of injury. Just think about everything that's going on in Manatee County tonight. Friday night in Manatee County could probably get a little hectic, and these guys came quickly and are giving good care to these kids. They're the unspoken first responders. They're not really talked about as much as law enforcement and fire, but they're always there with us and always providing a great service to Manatee County for sure.
And one thing that you're seeing here, an excessive amount of caution is taking place for these young men, and that's a good thing. And now the crowd here, a standing ovation for these young men, and it's really touching here at Harlan.
Yeah, I think the Lakewood team's going to go out and check on them. They're all heading out to the end zone right now.
A very difficult thing to watch, gentlemen. I'll tell you that. It's not what you expect and not what you want to see. And
Been a long time since we've had one of those here at Palmetto High School. Someone getting carted off like that. We haven't. Not used to that. Even with the high speed of play that we're used to and the athleticism, we don't see it much, which is great.
I think we had the Charlotte quarterback Muse that was hit on the sideline by one of our big D tackles over there. That was a scary one. And
some of the coaches were talking about Kevin O'Brien back in the day. Great player for
yes,
Palmetto.
breaking his leg right down there in this same spot.
Sure did.
Yeah, he
Very
had a great opportunity to play at the next level, and that pretty much ended that.
But with medical advances, it's amazing to see. I watched a Florida-Georgia game last year, very severe leg injury, and I'm hearing that young man is, doing fine now and recovering. And
the medical. Speaking of Florida, I remember going up on an unofficial visit to Florida. It was that game Scott Brantley got hurt, and they had to cart him off like this. And I was down in the locker room, and he was blue. I thought he was dead. He was just laying there, but he recovered and finished out and played in the league, and has been a great radio announcer and Ocala area. They're a great family, and but that was scary. That was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. Yeah,
I remember that. I was there for that, and I remember that, and that was back on the old turf field.
Oh yeah, that nasty AstroTurf stuff.
AstroTurf field. There were
concrete.
a lot of injuries back there in those days on knees and ankles, and one of those. Yeah, that was like
playing on a rug with concrete under it.
It was like 140 degrees during the summer camps there.
You could see the heat coming off of that.
Yeah,
yes.
So that was not a good thing. One thing about grass, there's a lot of synthetic fields, but we did hear that the player there just recently he was able, he was moving his feet and
that's
hands,
good.
And that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
So we've got 6:47 on the clock here, and Palmetto Tigers and everybody, both teams are out there stretching on the field now after the long delay.
They'll probably take at least 5, maybe 10 minutes on this, and it'll be 3rd and 10 on about the 11-yard line, and we'll see what the Tigers do. Yeah, let's let them get stretched out here first. No more injuries.
Oh boy! And so with the clock here it's 10:22 on the clock here, and you just hope at this point that the sprinklers are not on the timer to go off at 11:15.
We've had that happen too.
We have
had that happen, and rain delays, those kind of things.
Do you remember the state championship game in '75, Jasper Hamilton, and across the field the lights went out, and it took about 20 or 30 minutes to
the old Mercury lights
to power them back on. So we had a game delay at that game.
And the first game of the season this year, we're playing Newsom. We had a delay of 2 hours, and our number one fans were hanging on for what reason I do not know.
Yeah.
But this delay here, it's really it's really amazing to go from the excitement and the environment here, such a positive environment. The kids had such a layoff here, a couple weeks of not playing. Practicing football is one of the hardest things to do. Now they get the opportunity to come out here to play, and then this happened. So it's just been a strange run so far this year, and we're ready for some normalcy.
Even tonight for our viewers to hang on with us here into the second half with no broadcast, and our phones are blowing up. Rick, you had talked about that earlier, and then once we go, we get into the game, and then we have this delay, and it's just been a wild night.
So now as a coach, you have to get back into the head of these young players, get them pumped up and motivated and focused, right? You have to focus now because you are back into a 3rd and 10 situation, 2-down territory. You got to either score here, kick a field goal. We have to do something here.
Yes.
Or to have any chance to come back and win this ball game. So, yeah, it's got to be extremely hard to really get focused and get zeroed in. It's very hard for us, as you know.
There's no magical book you can go look.
It's like finishing a game, and then 30 minutes later, them calling you back, say, "Hold on, we have 5 minutes left." Right?
Yeah.
Right. You're in there in the locker room. And now you gotta get back into to game ready. You gotta get your mind ready for.
Yep. Get back and finish this game.
Come on,
yeah.
This is 6:47.
It's half a quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, 6:47 left in this game, and we've got to finish this thing out and try to get on the board and win the game. I mean, because this is, every game is a big game in my mind, right? It doesn't matter if it's a district game or you never know what this game's going to do down the line, right? You don't know how it's going to affect you in the standings or how you're placed or whatever crazy playoff scheme, Kenny, we got going on this year. They just haven't had an easy time. I go back to last year when we had that huge delay with even opening the season because of COVID. We were just, we didn't know when we were going to start. And it was very difficult even for us to even get into it, right? It didn't feel right. We finally did. It was a great run, had a great year, but it's just been a weird 2 seasons, guys.
Crazy playoffs they had last year. Yeah. Everybody was in.
Sign up if you want to play.
Forfeits.
Yeah.
And
doesn't matter if you were 1-8.
Yeah. You're in. Yeah, it was.
So finally here after the long delay, and here's the challenge with such a stressful situation. There's 2 things. The young men can rally at the Spartans. They can rally, and I expect that they will. They're going to support their teammates, and they're going to come out here and they're going to fight. Or the depression of the moment can get you, but I expect them to fight and play tough. So finally we were back to live action here. Xander Smith takes the ball out of shotgun formation. Cleve Benson's over there in the slot. And this one, it was fake to Adonis. Now they flip it out there late. Big hit, and he drives forward to the 9-yard line.
We've got flags all over the place, gentlemen. I don't even know if they –
that was helmet to helmet. That's what they're going to call it. He crashed him helmet to helmet. Before he even got tackled, he threw that flag.
But didn't we have a flag before that?
So what is that going to mean?
No, that was right after the contact is when that flag came out.
Yeah, the flag came out, but the whistle also blew on the contact. Now, it could be nerves of everybody out there because normally the play would not be blown dead on the helmet-to-helmet contact.
That's exactly what it is.
Personal foul.
I've never seen him just call a play dead like that and just –
So that's going to give us
half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance to goal.
And we'll play the down over again.
Yep. And so what you saw coming out of that, there's 2 ways. They're either going to – and so you saw the aggressive, and we're playing for the team, and we're playing angry, and we're playing aggressive. And so coming out of that long break, big hit, helmet to helmet of Cleve Benson to shake that tackle off, spin, and pick up some positive yards. Now it is 3rd and we'll call it a long 4. Here we'll call it 3rd and 5.
Yeah,
this is where a shovel pass or the Utah pass would be a great call. I don't think they have it in their play.
It should be a first down on a personal foul, helmet to helmet, should it not?
But it was half the distance.
But it wasn't. It's not. That's what I don't get it.
So 3rd and 5. And they hand it off to Benson. He's got a hole, and he goes for 6. Cleve Benson with the touchdown.
Here we go.
That was easy.
Untouched. And I'll tell you what was amazing is he's the one that got hit on that play where the penalty was called last play, and he just ate that hit. Two guys hit him, helmet to helmet. He just ate it, spun off, and kept going. I mean, me and the 4 of us would be laying on the turf for about 20 minutes.
Well, he has been the offense tonight. He has given us everything that we could ask for him, and
I think he's rushed for 70 yards tonight, and getting that score is we got us a ball game here.
And he's also the holder on this extra point.
The snap is important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
McMillan rolls that one back there. Benson picks it up, tries to shake a tackle, so that's going to be it. So
that's like you called it, Tom, but that's been a huge problem all night long, and we've got to fix that quick.
We tell him on the sideline that you have to stand up a little bit. You can't bend over that much. When he gets out there and the pressure hits him, he just bends all the way over again.
So 6:18 on the clock. Now a field goal will tie this up. Palmetto Tiger defense is going to have to hold the Spartans here, and they do have 3 timeouts left.
The thing you just mentioned, we have to kick a field goal. We couldn't snap the PAT, but we can do it. We can do this.
Now loading up a very, very important kick for Joden Galarada. He has a very strong leg, and get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto, located in Ellington. 6:18 on the clock. Coaches are talking this over. Robbie Stevenson is talking to the players here. I do not expect a pooch kick or a onside kick.
He's telling them to stay in their lanes, do their assignments.
Our last kickoff was pretty good. I mean, he really put total leather on that last one, headed the other direction earlier after the I guess it was the half. At the half, when we kicked off to them, he really had a good kickoff.
Tom, I know you listen to Deckerhoff, but it's no longer total leather. It's inseam to leather. But now approaching the ball.
Yeah, that's old
Colorado.
school total leather.
That's Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, George Blanda.
Go Owls.
Tom Dempsey.
Oh, Tom. All right, I knew it was Dempsey. Tom, thank you.
All right, there's a high kick driving down to the 1-yard line. Palmetto Tigers, he's creased him, and he's got the outside.
That's not what you want to happen.
Turns it back inside, shakes a tackle, finally tackled at the 35-yard line. So what you saw there was Terrell Crosby, the 6-foot, 180-pound wide receiver, back there returning that one. And I've seen Latorius Adams with great returns, but that was Crosby.
He outkicked his coverage, and because he did kick it, and then Crosby put the jets on and just darted straight ahead like a sprint and almost took it to the house to end this game. So defense back against the wall again. And going to have to keep them out of the end zone here and give us some time to get the ball back here.
Have to eventually burn some timeouts here soon, too. Calandria rolls to his left, throws the ball across the middle, finds his receiver for a 9-yard gain, tackled there by Jalen Wester. And that, again, is Amari Niblick, 6'5", 190-pound receiver. And it really didn't get a very favorable spot there, so it's a gain of 7. I thought he had the ball.
Now
you
would think they would pound the rock here and start burning the clock, but the defense has been very good against the run tonight.
Yeah, kind of surprised.
Kind of held their big back to under 30 yards.
Good play call. Conservative little pass, but an incomplete pass would stop the clock.
Yes.
So good execution. Calandria has been excellent. Now he throws the ball long to the middle of the field. Wide open receiver. Touchdown. And so the Palmetto Tigers once again are creased on the defense. And going back, there was number 9, Amari Niblick.
those passes, those type of plays have really been the nemesis for us. I mean, we saw that in the very first game against Newsom. That's been
the big play, the big play pass, yes.
And it's been to the same spot on the field. That's 3 very long receptions.
We saw that earlier tonight.
And that type of play is just my guy is better than your guy. I'm just going to float it up there and let him go make a play, which obviously he made a great one.
So
the only reason why we were even close to that is because he floated it.
Yes.
He was wide open.
Yes, he was open.
Yeah, behind the safeties, behind the defense.
They're obviously going for 2 with the kicker being injured. So
yeah, going for 2.
And they got 1 to make up anyway.
So Nathaniel Sosa. Jones, this would be interesting. This would be a 9-point lead if they fail on the conversion here. So very interesting call here. They have 2 receivers out there right. He looks to his left, throws it out there. It's going to be a post corner and beautiful throw.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Nice pass, though. My goodness.
Perfect location. Perfect a back shoulder fade to the big receiver. And really, he just drifted out there and foot was on the line. So 15-6, 5:13 on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
That missed extra point obviously coming back to haunt us right now because it's a 2-score game. So
yes.
Defensively, obviously it's not the way you want to do it, but they had 2 of their secondary go down in the last drive. So I mean, we'll may be able to gain some yardage across the middle.
Yes. Yeah. We've had some. We haven't had a big explosive play on the offense really, and we sure could. We need to flip this as quick as we can to get these points back. Because it could come down to whoever has the ball last year is going to win this game.
So Damari Magwood goes back to return this one. Back there with him is Adonis Moise back there. And this I mean,
they've take it to the house would be nice.
They've lost their kicker, so this could be very interesting. Now let's see who's kicking the number 59 here. Let's look at number 59.
And our guys are still back on the goal line waiting for this, and obviously he's not going to be able to put it back there. Now they're moving up. They figured it out.
You guys remember last year? I think it was last year when we didn't have our kickers, and Robert Gavin. Wasn't Robert
filled in.
Robert had to,
Robert was a pretty good punter.
He was a great punter, but he wasn't a kicker.
Yeah.
But he had to come out there.
He filled in.
Yeah.
And this big get a kick out of good service with our friends at DeVito's Auto. Now, I do not have a 59 on my roster. I apologize to the
59 is going to be number 17 on the roster. It's Reed.
Which is for Reed. Whoa. Hey, very nice kick. Surprising. And Magwood takes it back there. He's at the 20. Trying to get out there. Gets a block.
Come on.
Shakes a tackle. And he's going to be tackled at the 25. But what an impressive kick.
Guess who made the tackle? 59. Kicked the ball and went down and got the tackle.
So, Fareed Reed, number 17, with an amazing kick. A defensive tackle, tight end, 6'3", 215. Great kick. And then he does his thing as a
I'd have
defensive
let him kick
end.
the extra point the way he popped that ball
I
there.
tell you what. And he did, Tom, for you, that was toe to leather. So that was a gift for you, Tom.
Yeah,
Jack Dempsey.
And Troy was quick.
You guys are so old.
Troy was quick to correct you. Jack
the people
Dempsey.
who are logged on YouTube don't know anything what you're talking about.
5:06 on the clock. Now he looks. Xander Smith throws the long ball out there, and it is going to be picked off.
Number two, stop running on the play, guys.
Nice catch.
So there's a flag after the play, and
their coaches are a little
there's a flag
upset.
back here.
Pretty late. It's got to be like excessive celebration.
Yeah, excessive celebration.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Their coaches up here are
I don't know.
It's really late.
Complaining.
Yeah, well, with what's been going down tonight, you make a big play like that, you jump up. I didn't see anything too crazy out there. Did you, Tom? Did you see any
No. I mean, maybe they ran on the field. Maybe that's the issue. Is that the play was still. Well, I don't know. He fell down.
Usually get a warning
he
for
fell down.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And the flag was thrown so far behind the play. I don't know. It's just. I don't know. That was strange.
Now, did you get a good look at that? We had
Yes.
did the ball go between the arms and hit the ground, or what did you see?
No,
there?
it looked like a clean catch. It was a great play by the defensive back. It looked like number 2 just gave up on the pass, and he was probably in a good stride to make a play on the ball, and he didn't think it was coming. I don't know. He just stopped running, and the other guy didn't. But no, it was a great play. He caught it, and it looked like he dove and covered the ball up pretty well.
Yeah, and what number was that? Barry number? Was that Mike Evans back there? Did you get a number?
No,
on that,
I didn't see it.
So I was on
It was a heck of a catch.
What a catch!
Yeah, caught it with outreached hands.
Now they're running the ball inside, breaking a tackle or two, still driving forward for a 2-yard gain on the play, and that's Montravius Lloyd. And so the clock is winding here, 4:45 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers with 3 timeouts remaining.
They're just gonna give him the ball here these 3 times, and if they get a first down, fine.
So not taking any time. Good job by the coaching staff here. And so 4:24 on the clock. The Spartans with a 15-6 lead over the Tigers. Big Montravius Lloyd in the backfield there. Be very surprised to see Anthony Calandria, number 10, the quarterback, throw the ball on this play.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
No, just
take it down to the last 3 seconds.
The clock's your friend right now.
I mean, they can run this thing all the way out.
Looks like we're down to 5 seconds.
Take a timeout.
There's going to be a timeout there, and I believe that's the second of the half for the Spartans. And so they'll have 1 timeout remaining. Palmetto Tigers have 3 timeouts. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Ball's on the 24-yard line.
If you need a ride after the game, go ahead and call your ride now. The final buzzer is close to the stadium lights will be turned
So
off.
Ken, looking at this situation, we have seen some situations in our in our careers of watching football games. I've seen some crazy things. A bad snap at this point in the game, and turning the ball over in the red zone. But what I look for out of this team here is probably taking the ball out of the shotgun snap, nice safe handoff to your big back Montravius Lloyd. The Palmetto Tigers are going to be trying to tackle the ball, and a lot of times when that's going on, you're going to escape and you're going to get that first down, which would be devastating at this point for the Tigers.
Yeah,
the Tigers have to make a stop.
You have to make a stop. They cannot get a first down to have any remote chance of pulling off an upset here.
Spartans spread him out, and he's rolling with the quarterback. Throws the ball across the middle to a wide-open receiver. He's got the first down and more. Turning down the sideline, he's got it at the 40, and he moves all the way down to the 39-yard line. 2 flags, 3 flags on the play. So the clock was stopped with a first down. Now we've got the penalties.
That's going to be a personal foul on, I believe it was number 9 for Lakewood after the play was over.
Receiver.
Right. Was it knee black or knee black?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see what happened, but the fans on the other side are pretty fired up right now.
He basically just got up and headbutted our defender.
Oh, why are they yelling at us then?
Oh, I guess that was a good.
We got 5.
That was us.
He must have done something.
He must have done something before that
Might have
happened.
a face mask, because I didn't see the personal foul over there. That's going to.
Well, the emotions are high, obviously, with the injuries, and we definitely don't need anything ugly to happen here tonight.
So how about that, fellas?
So-
I mean, we're thinking there's no way they're going to pass that ball.
How about that?
Right.
Yeah, and throws it
Who
across the middle.
I think who that was number 12, Shamar Rigby, because I didn't think, and I apologize to fans, I didn't think that was Niblick, number 9, 6'5", 190. I think that was Shamar Rigby there.
Oh, no.
He's listed as a 6'4".
That was 9. That was 9.
That was 9.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so that was Amari Niblick
He was
there,
a man.
6'5" receiver, as good as advertised. Now Tigers selling out with a blitz. Bounces off a tackle, trying to tackle the ball, and he's going to be tackled. No gain on play, loss of about 2 yards. So now the clock 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But look for the Tigers to burn a timeout here.
Yeah, they're just letting the clock
Clock
run.
is just winding here. 3 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 12. So now, 2nd long. How about that play call on that pass, all right? So you're in a situation where you're trying to run down the clock and you throw a pass, incomplete pass, stops the clock. You got enough confidence to dial it up and to have the execution on the play. That was,
He's thrown
amazing.
the ball well tonight, and of course you had mentioned during when we were not broadcasting, he was 80% last week,
Right.
so he puts the ball right where he needs to. He has not turned the ball over tonight, so he's a very good field general
and
for the Spartans.
And you have the confidence in your receivers knowing they're going to catch the ball, because right there it stops, the clock stops, and the execution, hats off, kudos.
Well, these
to the
receivers,
Spartans.
they've all been sure-handed all night. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is the norm for them. I have not seen them drop an easy pass all night.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you have to remember, they were very balanced last week with Boca Ciega, running for well over 160 yards and then passing
So how about this?
similar. But they've been one-dimensional tonight, but they have done well with their passing
It
game.
makes you wonder, that first drive we had where we get up there and fumble it down on the 3-yard line, whatever that was, and you think if you get ahead in the game, how much does that affect the mindset? Our defense played great.
It'd be 15-13
We've done
right
that,
now.
but we've done that twice, Tom.
Yeah.
Right?
As it sits,
just keep shooting ourselves in the
Calandria, Troy Bellamy just handed me the statistics: 17 for 25, 282 yards passing with
Wow.
1 touchdown after a 16 for 20 performance last week.
68% tonight.
I would
17
say
for 28.
with an Alabama commit
Fumble.
on the roster.
Palmetto has the football. There's
nice.
the break you're looking for. Now there, Palmetto didn't take the timeout, and then they get a fumble on the next play. And so now 3 timeouts on the clock, 2 minutes and 32 seconds remain. So you get a quick score here, and then you're in the situation where you're going to get into an onside kick situation. So here, 2 minutes and 32.
Let's try to score first here real quick. That's been a struggle all night.
And really, at this point, with the secondary, you look at the very tall secondary out there. They've done an excellent job with the long passes. You really just want to hit for first downs and try to stop the clock and keep
but
it
be
moving.
as quick as you can. Yes.
Because long ball has been very difficult. So he gets it out to the boundary, and that's going to be Timmons out there. Waits a block. Now he's going to out forward the sideline, and he gets out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. Very close to first down, and there is a flag on the play as Timmons was tackled on the sideline. This could be very interesting.
Yeah, it looked like he was breaking towards the center of the field where we need him to get out of bounds at some point, but he finagled his way back there and then
74 just hit him out of bounds.
hit him out of bounds a little late.
Unnecessarily, did not affect the play. It's
So,
terrible.
we need all the help we can get.
That's on
It's
us.
on us.
Yeah, we haven't had any luck tonight when
Man,
it comes
that's
to personal
tough.
fouls.
That's tough. You're a half foot away from the first down marker, out of sideline. Stop the clock. Now you got a penalty and personal foul.
And we definitely struggled behind the chains tonight.
So one thing Coach Moreno is going to be yelling all week is discipline. I mean, these are the little things that you cannot do.
3 receivers out here in the formation. Xander Smith back there, the freshman back there with Cleve Benson in the backfield. And he fakes a handoff to Benson. Now nowhere to go. He's going to take a sack on the play, and the clock continues to wind. So, and then the St. Pete players are running out the back of the end zone in celebration after the sack. 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Pretty
on the clock.
ridiculous there. Three guys have him wrapped up and stopped, and they don't blow the whistle, and 2 more guys are running in there to deliver the blow. So gotta be a little quicker on the whistle than that, boys.
Now the clock continues to wind here, 1 minute and 51 seconds. Palmetto Tigers with a 3rd and improbable. Xander Smith throws a little slip screen out there. Incomplete pass was very well covered. Number 79 on the roster, which I don't have a 79 on my roster here. Was in very good
79 is number 17 on your roster.
It couldn't be. Faree
I thought
Reed
it was
again.
59, right?
No.
Faree Reed making
oh,
another
7.
play?
No, I don't know. Maybe it was.
Yeah,
It's been a
59.
long night. Is it 59?
Is
I
17.
don't know. Just put everybody that you don't know on 17.
I say we give all credit to Faree Reed. Number 17.
He's had a
Just
good
does
night
it all.
anyway.
Yeah,
He's had a
he
good.
can
He's had a
do it
great
all.
night.
He's had a good night. So here with 1:43 on the clock, Palmetto Tigers are back there in punting formation. It is a 4th and impossible. We're going to call it 20 yards. So it leaves the offense on the team. Cleve Benson in the backfield. 2 receivers on both sides of the formation. Big Callaway out there to the left in the slot. He looks. He throws out there. It's a completion. Goes for about a 11-yard gain. He's going to be 9 yards short of the first down. So we'll see. You might see a large sprinkling of victory formation. Palmetto still does have 3 timeouts in the pocket here. 1:37 on the clock.
With 1:37 left in the game.
I got to tell you, that offensive line was very porous right there. I mean, they're having some issues staying on blocks. The right guard just got beat terribly. The defender ran right around him. Not a small athletic guy, just another defensive tackle. Just ran right around him. They got to make some adjustments or move some kids around and obviously give some better protection.
Still looking again. This is our first complete game here.
Still varsity. I mean,
and they have not played together. They're young and so definite growing pains tonight.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Ball's at the 26-yard line. He hands the ball off to the back. And good tackle there, and that one is number 11. He's had a good night tonight for these Tigers. Greg Parker off the defensive end. Palmetto Tigers will burn a timeout. Gain of about, let's call it right at 3 yards on the play. Haven't changed the marker over there yet.
So we gave very high praise to the offensive line early on. So, when you go back to first and second quarter, they were doing a really good job run blocking. Talked about it several times. They got a lot of work to do on the pass blocking. They got a lot of work to do. So, really tonight, it's about next week you got to get back to work. Hopefully you can get back to work with no rain. That would be, a full 2 hours on the practice field, not trying to figure out how to run this offense on a, hardwood floor. There's a lot of work that has to be done, and defensively, we were right there, man. We're there. A little bit of work on the secondary, try to
Big plays.
Fix some things, big plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that seems, but they're aggressive, and sometimes that bites you. But offensively, we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I can remember sitting in Florida Field with my dad and Don Varnador, and he would say before the game, we'd look an hour before the game and chart the thing, and we'd talk about the big uglies. Well, tonight, the game has been won by the big uglies, and the big uglies on the defensive side of the ball for the Spartans tonight have really played a huge game. Rumpf is chasing quarterback, looks across the middle. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Great pressure.
To me, it's almost like Lakewood is so irritated that they haven't scored 40 points tonight. That they just want to put some more points on the board.
Yeah.
Well, what's the purpose? So you got 126.
They're upset because all these penalties. They're calling late hits and things. They're thinking that we are playing dirty.
But penalties and the thing about it here, with the stoppage of the clock here, it would take a miracle here. But Palmetto does still have 2 timeouts here.
I'd love to see us intercept this ball, run it back.
Well, they keep throwing it like this instead of taking a knee, or just running it to make us use our timeouts. They're keeping us in the game. It's still a long shot, if anything. But
they are impressive.
A pick six and
number 9 over in the corner.
This quarterback, though, he's special.
He rolls. Good. Oh, great play by the quarterback. Squares up, turns his body, first down, and that is going to be
He's impressive.
I'm telling you
what. He's the real deal.
Goes to the 9-yard line. Excellent route there by Crosby. Terrell Crosby's had a fine game tonight. 6'4", the 6 foot, 180-pound senior. And that should just about do it for this one. 1:18 left on the clock.
And it should start once they Or did he get out of bounds?
Yeah, he was out of bounds.
Okay.
With all the injuries tonight, when plays don't matter, you hate to see this and somebody gets hurt. You know what I mean? Just unnecessary coaching pride getting involved. It's just, you hate to see it for either team.
Two backs in the backfield this time. Takes the ball.
There we go.
Takes a
Taking a
knee. And so we had a penalty in the back of the end zone. I hope it's not a delay of game here coming out of the. Yeah, delay of game. Wow. So a minute 12 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers still hang two timeouts, but it's a 1st and 15 here.
Got a player just getting kicked off the field by the ref.
Okay, player's been ejected from the field, so it's 1st and 14 from the 14. Takes a knee, does Calandria. Clock continues to wind. 1:07 on the clock. So here in a very long delayed game, the clock continues to wind. 50 seconds on the clock here, and it really this one is over. It's
You know, the great thing about high school football is, last year we lose to Manatee, we lose to Braden River, and then we end up, winning the regional championship. So, I mean, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And it's all about coaching at this point, how they get these kids adjusted and get them, ready to go for next week.
Yeah, and that's the thing about football. It's very much like life, and that's a very good point, Tom. So here with 20 seconds on the clock, celebrating on the fields are the Spartans. And they're going to let the clock wind down here, and the Palmetto Tigers will come out of this one with a loss. And the Spartans with 15 and the Tigers with 6 on the board as the clock goes to zeros. Now, before we go into any analysis, I'm going to turn it over to Troy Bellamy, and he's going to talk about some of these statistics on the game and some of the key plays of the game.
Thank you, Brian. Giving honor to my colleagues up here, as well as you fans who are sticking by us, and thank you for being patient with us during the broadcast. What a tremendous way to open the season. Didn't turn out the way we wanted it to in the loss, but when you have a bunch of freshmen and sophomores that are key parts of your game,
Coach getting ready to address
your game plan,
address the team, guys.
The most important players, they're playing the majority of the snaps.
Hey, we didn't take
You're going to have mistakes. You're going to have mishaps and other things
How
like that.
How bad do you want to win, John?
Right now, they're on the field. The players are being taught to
talk about adversity.
by Coach Marino.
Ain't nobody faced more adversity than they did tonight. And how did they respond? Every time you punched them, they came out swinging 3 times harder. Lose their best guys. No punter. No kicker. They keep swinging. I would like for us to develop that attitude. A little bit of hunger, a little bit of nastiness. When you got them on the ropes, stomp them out. We're not ready yet. Got another one. Got another heavyweight fight. I told you, his schedule's ready, baby. Ready to be had. But you got to want it. Ain't going to get easier. We're going to find out the character of this team. We're going to find out what kind of fights you got. Okay, we're going to go back to work tomorrow. We're going to be at work on Monday. Okay, we're going to get ready for Riverview. That's all you can do, gentlemen. Let it bother you. Let it sit in your gut. Let it piss you off. I tried to tell you that. Yeah, you guys look real happy with yourselves. Okay, lost focus. Weren't hungry. Got to get hungrier. Let's go, bring it up. Bounce back on me. Bounce back on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bounce back.
Coach Marino, obviously not the outcome we were looking for tonight. Had a great defensive effort by your defense led by 21. Jalen Wester, talk about the job the defense did tonight in trying to maintain this or contain this offense.
Yeah, I mean, when they got explosive players over there, it's a powerhouse program. That's all we're going to face. I mean, when you go back-to-back regional champions, you don't have any cupcakes on the schedule. And, our kids got to get better. They got to get better damn fast if they want to have success this year, because it's not going to get any easier. The defense played well at times, but then gave up big plays. Can't do it. Offensively, we got to finish drives. I mean, we had the ball inside the 10-yard line twice. Turn it over, no points. And that's demoralizing for the defense. They're out there fighting their butts off, and then, what are they fighting for? There are no points on the board. So we got to get better. I was proud of the effort and the way they came out. We don't practice. We don't practice. It's either too hot or it's lightning, and that showed tonight. You can't prepare a football team in the hallways, running in the hallways. You can't prepare a football team, in the gymnasium. So we got to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know how to keep sidestepping these policies and rules. I don't know if we come in at 5:30, turn the lights on. We got to figure something out. I'll meet with our athletic director and see if we have it in the budget. We could turn the lights on.
Offensively, obviously not a lot of points on the board. What are some positive things we can take away from tonight's offensive production?
I mean, when we executed, we looked good, But then again, that takes reps. That takes time. We played one quarter. We played one quarter in the Classic. We didn't get the chance to play last week. This is what you get. These are young kids. These aren't NFL veterans. You got to practice. You got to play in order to get better. So, we got good practice tonight against a really, really good football team. So, hopefully we'll be able to get some practice in this week, and hopefully you'll see a more improved product next Friday.
All right, Coach, good luck in practice this week. All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Tom, for the field report with Coach Marino. You can see and hear the disappointment in his voice. I think, when you have as much talent as you have on your team, you do expect a little bit more. But, again, freshmen and sophomores, so let's not have fear. Let's not panic. Again, he's probably only hit the field for maybe 4 hours this week of practice, and maybe 8 to 10 in the last 2 weeks of the first part of the season. So there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of optimism, despite tonight's disappointing effort this evening. But and again, the other teams they play too. They practice too, and so Lakewood is full of prospects and guys that made plays, and that's where it laid out tonight. A lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties, a lot of things that positions that the offensive coordinator and the young quarterback put in, third and long situations, which give an advantage to the defense. They're able to dial up things, and that cover two defense, if run properly, is a tough defense for a young quarterback to maneuver, especially when they hadn't had as much success. I think one of the things that we saw, Cleve Benson tonight ran very well. He had about 10 carries for close to 70 yards, and I think he was ready to take on more of the load. And I think if we're able to do that, that will give our young quarterback, Xander Smith, a little bit more cushion. Levante Humans ran the ball hard tonight, didn't have as much success. Different offense, different style for him. He's got to get used to it, but he is a factor back, and he will be needed and used during the season. We saw a nice connection between Xander and Derek Timmons. They hooked up about 5 or 6 times tonight. And again, I'm sure Xander, the competitor that he is, and again, he's a lot of pressure when you're a freshman.
Hey, Troy, let me jump in here real quick.
Sure.
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm here with Jalen Wester. I want to get an interview with him before he goes in.
Okay.
Jalen, obviously, leader of the defense. It's a tough loss, man. You're an upperclassman. These guys are looking up to you, and obviously defense played good tonight. But, obviously you just heard Coach, it's not good enough. So how are you as a leader on this defense going to step up and get this team to play the way that you know it can?
First, is just start by playing as a team and just learning how to battle back through adversity. We got to come together. As Coach said, he feel like the captain. As a captain, it kind of hurt because it feel like we're not doing our job. So we just got to get back to the drawing board and see what we can do better at.
Next week, going to Sarasota Review, Coach Marino said, it's no cupcake. We're going back to another tough opponent. How can we make practice that much more intense and take it seriously and step up to what Coach Walls was telling you, 21, 41, 6, you guys got to step up and make this happen. So how are you going to do that this week in practice? How are you going to lead by example?
Battling, keeping the energy up, pushing one another to be greater than each other, to get this dub, going this championship run.
All right, brother. All right, back to you.
Thanks again, Tom. That was Jalen Wester, senior linebacker, captain here, highly recruited prospect for Palmetto High. Very intelligent young man. I'm sure he played very hard, playing with a heavy heart. Lost his grandmother this past week and a half or so, and I'm sure he had extra motivation to play hard, and he did a great job tonight. As I was saying earlier, we have a young quarterback. He threw the ball 30 times tonight. That's tough. That's tough for a freshman quarterback playing at a new level, playing a new program and a new offense to come out and have to sling it 30 times. He completed 17 and actually threw for 152 yards, but the 3 big interceptions were tough for him. Calandria, his counterpart for Lakewood, had a great night. I mean, this guy's 17, 18 for 26, and he threw for 300 yards and a touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown. And the game plan for them was simple. He had big plays. They had 3 or 4 big plays, which you want, but in between, he was consistent hitting his short passes and letting his superior athletes make plays. And that's what benefited them. They moved the ball up and down the field. Both teams moved the ball between the 10s. But when we had our opportunity in the red zone, we tend to either fumble it or throw it away. And, again, it's going to come with practice. I think we'll see that next week. I think you'll see a fired-up Palmetto Tiger team. You got a few guys who transferred from Riverview to Palmetto. I'm sure Riverview is going to be ready. The Ram Ball is always a tough place to play. I don't think they have that big crown in the field like they used to anymore, because now they have a turf field, but it's still a tough place to play. Their fans are great. Our fans are great. Fans, let's travel down, support the team, because I promise you, before the end of this year, there will be a tough team. We'll have more victories than we will have defeats. And this team can only get better at this point. The running game for us, again, was very good. We stopped their running game. They had a running back last week, scored 4 touchdowns, had over 100 yards rushing. Tonight he may have had 25 yards rushing in all tonight. So our defense is there. And typically in the beginning of the season, the defense is ahead of the offense. But what we saw here tonight was just the inability to push the ball into the end zone and to drive the defense off the ball. And those things are going to get better, again, as Coach Marino said, with practice. More reps, more guys. You saw a lot of guys tonight play, especially defensively, where you saw the big plays. You saw some guys that were on the field that had no experience from the year before. I mean, guys are out there hustling and doing their very best, but it's tough when you're playing against an Alabama commit and a quarterback who's hot as fish grease, as they say, and you come into town and you have to play against these guys and you've never played before, you've never hit the field before. The biggest takeaway from this, again, it's tough enough to play with all the weather delays and all the postponements, but it's even tougher to get stopped in the middle of a game when one of your opponents or one of your teammates gets injured. And we want to send out our prayers, our sincere prayers and our condolences to the families of those 3 young men from the Lakewood Spartans who sustained injuries tonight and had to be carted off the field. Make sure that every one of you Tiger fans send up that good timber to heaven and pray for them, because you don't want your loved one or one of our players to be in those situations. Very tough night, very very difficult to see at this point as well. So to witness those kinds of things and injuries, and that's a part of the game. You realize that that's a part of the game, but yet and still you hate to see it, and you wish everyone the best. So with that being said, I want to make sure that I again thank you, great fans of TigerVision, great fans of Palmetto Tiger Sports, all the sports that support, continue to support, continue to view us, click that like button, share it with your friends, tell them that they can watch the games, especially the ones that are on the road. Come to the home games and yell your lungs out on a Friday night. There's nothing better than doing that here and supporting these great young men who are going to be college football players in the future. And beyond that, they're great students and great kids. We have a great program here. Coach Marino and the coaching staff are working hard. Hey, you got the best production team here for TigerVision. 10 years, multi-awarded, multi-recognized production here. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be a part of the Palmetto Tiger family. And I'm going to pass it over back to Brian Varnador.
Thank you. I'll turn it over to Ken, and then I will wrap this up.
Yeah, the only thing I would want to add is that they need to do, and we call them at work opportunities for improvement, not only get out on the practice field, but they really need to hit the film study and look this film over several times, backwards, forwards, you name it, and as they prepare for the Rams to get prepared, and they didn't get a chance to do that because we didn't play last week. So that would be my only thing to add to this. And let's see what happens next week, guys.
Well, Kenny, it doesn't get a lot easier
No, it
next
doesn't.
week. Brian here, tonight's final score from Harley Stadium in Palmetto, Florida. The Palmetto Tigers 6, the St. Pete Lakewood Spartans 15. You got to tip your hat tonight to the D-line for the Spartans and that quarterback, Anthony Calandria. What a fine game tonight. But be sure to join us next week as the Palmetto Tigers travel to Sarasota to the Ram Bowl to face the powerful Riverview Rams. We again thank you tonight for the patience, our number one fans in the world, for watching TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. Remember, fans, for great Manatee County high school football north of the Manatee River, you're going to find it here in our town with our team, Palmetto High School. One town, one team. Go Tigers.